Oh, yeah. I'm just checking it, checking the microphone. I'm not the athlete. You wanna keep it going? All right. Okay.
Your broadcasters, have you tested the mics? You want us to test it? I can hear you. Do you want us to test it? Can you hear me? All right.
Oh, no, sorry, I think this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start in a few minutes, so if you want to get yourselves ready. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, can I reiterate, please, if you have bags or anything in any of the aisleways, please clear them for the safety of the microphones so we can get to you, but we don't want accidents either. So please clear the runways. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for a press conference with members of the 2024 USA Basketball Men's National Team. We would like to please welcome three-time Olympic champion and two-time NBA champion Kevin Durant, who is the USA's all-time leading scorer in Olympic competition. Welcome, KD. Four-time NBA champion Steph Curry will make his Olympic debut this Sunday versus Serbia. Steph is a two-time FIBA world champion. I'm going to ask each athlete to open with their sentiments on arriving in Paris for the Games after 3 weeks of training camp and 5 exhibition wins, and then we will move on to questions. So, KD, do you want to get started?
Yeah, grateful to be in Paris, one of my favorite cities in the world. Olympic Games is always a fun time of year. Looking forward to playing with some of the best players in the world and against some of the best players in the world, and also supporting other athletes around the country, around the world as well. So thanks for having me.
And Steph?
Yeah, excited. It's my first opportunity. Be playing with the guys on the men's national team has been awesome so far. I know the energy in the city is pretty electric right now and only going to continue to get better. So I'm excited to experience this and obviously hopefully go win a gold medal and enjoy the entire experience of being an Olympic athlete. So very excited to be here.
Great. Okay, so we will open up for questions. If you can raise your hands and then please introduce yourself and name your outlet. We'll go ahead and start in front here, please.
Coy Wire, CNN. Of all your accomplishments, experiences, how do you reflect upon, knowing that you're about to be floating down the river, representing your country at these Olympic Games?
I mean, I've been imagining what that'll feel like forever, really. Again, it's my first time. I've seen these guys. KD's your fourth time doing it. So, just you imagine the excitement of representing your country, being a part of the opening ceremony, festivities. I know it's very unique here, being on the river and being a part of, just the scene in Paris. So I'm excited about it all. And like Katie said, to be with the other athletes that are representing our country as well in all the different sports and events, that's where you really get juiced, knowing, who you're representing your country with, not just in basketball, but in everything else as well.
We'll go to Kareth here.
Hi, Kareth Burke, NBC Sports Bay Area. Hi, Steph. Hey, Katie. Steph, for you are the NBA's record holder in three-point shots. I imagine that shot is muscle memory for you at this point. The international line is different, and I'm asking this question to a guy who can shoot the three-point shot from half court, I know. But have you noticed just the subtle difference between the international line and the NBA three-point line?
For sure. There's you talk about muscle memory. I know where I am in relation to the line and on NBA courts, and you have a certain, relation to that. And a certain familiarity. It's a little bit different, or has been, I should say. Just, you know, you throw it up on the line, you might shoot a couple a little long just because you're not used to it. But I think we're past that now. Having played 5 games already, practices, and just getting used to the dimensions on the court. And at the end of the day, you try not to think about it all. It's wherever you catch it and shoot it, you got confidence to knock it down. So going into the competition with that mindset, for sure.
And Katie, my apologies. I didn't give you the opportunity to answer the first question about the opening ceremony. And with this being your 4th coming up, why don't you go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to the next question.
Yes, opening ceremonies is a special event. You get to see all the great athletes around the world represent their country, and the pride that you have for your country just goes to another level. So I'm excited. We haven't done the boat on the river yet. You know, we usually walk around the stadium, so it'll be a new experience for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Okay, we'll go here in the blue shirt, then back to Jeff, then up to Joe.
Hello, Ron Krajcik from the San Francisco Chronicle. One for each of you. Kevin, just how you're feeling, what you expect physically for the Olympics. And Steph, there's been you've been pretty open about your connection with LeBron and what it's been like playing with him. What have you learned playing with him, and why do you think you guys seem to have connected as well and have a strong connection like you do?
Each day has been getting better. Just checking things off the list. Another practice today, practice yesterday, another intense practice today, and I'll see how I feel afterwards.
Yeah, it's one, I guess, the experience of playing with a guy with his level of IQ, and you know, his game speaks for itself, what he's been able to accomplish on the court, and his style of play matches well. A guy that can dribble, pass, shoot, and being able to work off of him, it's been pretty seamless just because you usually try to just make the right play and something good will happen. We haven't had this guy out here yet as well, so I'm excited to put it all together. There's a lot of different skill sets on our team. You know, we've seen what Bron's been doing in the last couple of games, especially closing out games. So the chemistry is pretty natural. And again, you just have confidence. Whoever has the ball, you make a play, be yourself, and hopefully something good comes out of it. And that chemistry's been there so far. Hopefully it continues.
Great. Yep. Jeff, go ahead.
Were staying
there? I'm gonna ask some of the vets for sure how they kind of moved around, with the schedule. Obviously, you want to make sure you're primed to play your games and getting your rest and treatment and all that type of stuff so that you can maximize your performance when it's your turn. But on our off days or off hours, try to get around to events that kind of pique my curiosity. I want to see some gymnastics, some beach volleyball, some swimming, and you get juiced up watching other athletes compete at a high level, and I think that's contagious. You don't want to just sit in your hotel room and watch it on TV. So I plan on finding the appropriate times to get out there and be a fan as well.
As far as the Olympic Village, I think last few times I've done the Olympics, we've spent our fair share time in the Olympic Village and kind of felt like a part of the group there. I mean, usually we stay outside of it, but when we get our time right before the opening ceremonies, we get our time to walk through the village, and as we go into other sports as well, we get to walk through the village. So I think we get enough time there.
All right, we'll go Joe and then Tim, and then we'll come up front here.
LeBron's back with Spo. He's back with Ty. You two are teammates again for the first time since you were together at Golden State. And Kevin, you're also, I know this is your second go-around with Steve. What is that like for you two to be back together again? And if it's no big deal, why?
I mean, it's you compete against guys, and like you said, we have histories as teammates and one at a high level. There's like first is the respect of what everybody's done in their careers. When you compete against people, you play with them, you see them in different aspects throughout your NBA journey. You learn a lot about people, and that familiarity only helps us in this situation because one, everybody's going to approach it the right way, prepare themselves mentally, physically to be able to hoop, and coming with the right energy of we just trying to win. And then, like, I know how hard he works because I've seen it up close and personal for those 3 years, and I know the level that he's trying to get to competitively to be his best self and why he's the all-time leading scorer in Olympic history. So you thrive off of that preparation to give you confidence, like, hey, we're here for business, but we're also here to continue to learn from each other. And I think that familiarity only helps us, take advantage of this experience. And so it's been cool to, especially from a coaching perspective, to see how, everybody's different voice and approach brings the best out of, their respective teams and why they're here. So I enjoy the experience for sure, and just knowing that we're all about winning, and that's why, our careers kind of speak for themselves.
Yeah, I just feel like you familiar with these guys and just pick up where you left off, and that's the cool part about the Olympics is, a lot of other teams have chemistry and continuity, and then we can lean on some of the stuff that, obviously us playing together, playing under Coach Kerr, and, you see Bam, his coach here, LeBron, all these guys he played for here. So, that familiarity is going to help us out going forward, and, hopefully, we get some good results from it.
Okay, we'll go to Tim Reynolds, and then we'll do up front.
Tim Reynolds with AP. Steph, this is for both of you, actually. And Steph, I saw when you walked in, you're looking around the room, and you said you want to go to beach, you want to go to gymnastics, all that stuff. When you go to an NBA Finals, it's the only game in town. When you've played FIBA in the past, it's been the only game in town. This is obviously not the only game in town. How do you expect to both manage the fun part and the getting locked in as you like to for games? And KD, how have you managed that chaos in your 3 past Olympics?
I'm gonna lead on these guys because, like, I don't know. I have an idea of, again, what I want to do as a fan and being able to support the other athletes, but it's always a learning experience for sure, being your first time. But I know there's like those times throughout the day where you get your work in, you get your treatment, you make sure you're prepared, and then the rest is allowing yourself to be free to be a part of the Olympic experience as a whole. And I think that'll be contagious to enjoying being in the moment. Like you say, be where your feet are when it comes to enjoying the games that we get to play too, because it goes by quick. It's only 6 games, hopefully, to win a gold. So, yeah, I'm gonna lean on these guys. I'm excited to hear his answer to this question. how he spent the last 3 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I always look, say we can do all things. You get a lot of energy when you come out here. So, we get energy to play, obviously, but you want to go support other sports and other athletes that you may know, and it just works out. Like I said, the energy level was high, and you kind of feed off of that, to be honest.
Probably, yeah, one or the other, yeah, and then you can go switch.
Nicole Yang, Boston Globe. With 3 Celtics on the roster, how much has their championship been a talking point? Like, are they bringing it up? Or
Not at all.
So they haven't brought it up or, like, tried to talk trash or anything?
It'd be wild if Jace, every time he walked in, just like the champ is here, he announced himself. Nah.
We got
that
champs
would be
on
wild
the team.
behavior.
Yeah, we got champs on the team. They just the most recent one. But you can see their chemistry pretty easily. Those 3 have are team players, and they respect the game. So they're not coming in bragging or anything like that. But you respect what they've done.
As people that have won championships before, multiple, what type of advice would you give them as far as moving forward and trying to pursue a second one?
I wouldn't give him any advice.
Okay.
To be honest, none.
Straight up.
They have a great team, so I'm sure they're already thinking about what it's like to repeat. But that's tough to do in our league. But we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tara Sullivan from the Boston Globe. I wanted to ask a LeBron question to both of you. Katie, you and he are such veterans of this experience, and not to look too far ahead, but you never know when they come again. So have you shared any perspective on really relishing this one this time around as such veterans? And Steph, just to speak to that lovely video of the nomination for LeBron to be flag bearer, what that meant to you to do that, and if you had a moment with him about that at all.
You tend to just stay in the moment and realize this is a special, special time. Like you said, you don't know when you can get these moments back, so try not to reflect too much or think too far down the line. And it's just been cool being around all of these great players and seeing them in a different element outside of just being competitors, Finally, as teammates, you kind of, you always got that competitive fire, but it goes down a notch when you're playing on the same team and you're competing against others. So it's been incredible. I mean, I haven't played yet, but just being on the sideline, on the bench, I've gotten more energy than I've had, in the past. And I hate not playing, but just watching these guys and seeing how they operate, it's just been incredible.
And him being the flag bearer, I know he started his Team USA journey back in 2004, so it's been 20 years. And just the body of work has been awesome. So to be a part of that nomination and then to actually come through and have that acknowledgement with the team to kind of let him know he got it, it was special, it was cool. And for all of us to understand, like Katie said, the moment, that's another piece of symbolism of what we're trying to do here. So I was happy to be a part of that announcement with him. And again, it's the respect that we all have for each other and what we've been able to accomplish. And for Bron, that's a pretty big deal.
Okay, so we're gonna go here in the glasses, and then over on the right side, and then up front. So, yep, I think you're wearing a green shirt. Yeah.
Many people think that you are the FIBA GOAT, whereas rules are really different between the NBA and FIBA. It's not only the three-point line. How do you feel about it? Is it difficult to adapt? And just can you tell me a few words of Royal Ivy that you used to play with him? What do you think about what he's doing with South Sudan? Thank you.
My approach is just it's basketball at the end of the day, regardless of where you are. I mean, it may be a couple rule changes, but at the end of the day, the concept is still the same. So try to keep that approach. And Royale is just a brother to me, somebody who's impacted my life in different ways, even outside of the game of basketball, and to see his leadership and, where he's taking his South Sudan team is exciting to see. It's major for their country. It's major for him as a young coach as well. And, secretly I am rooting for them just a little bit, except for when they play us. But, he's done a great job thus far.
Okay, over here, green shirt, and then we'll come up front to the tan shirt.
Kevin, Mike Finger, San Antonio Express News. Right here. Having experienced everything that comes with representing your country on a stage like this, what do you think it can do for a young player who idolizes you like Victor Wembanyama, and how do you think he can benefit from this whole experience?
And just as much as you can play on that big stage is only going to help your confidence, and as much pressure as it is for him, they're expected to do a lot with him in the lineup now, so all of that is good for you as a player, as your growth as a player and a person. So I'm looking forward to seeing, everybody's looking forward to seeing his growth and where he goes and where he takes the league. I think he's one of those guys that can push the game forward. So it's a great experience, another stepping stone for him.
Here, up front.
Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. Steph, you've lived with the NBA pressure for most of the last decade of super high expectations. This is a different kind of pressure. Some people think that this team is always expected to waltz to the gold medal. Just can you talk about the difference in pressure, or if there is one?
No, I mean, once the game starts, it's like Kay said, it's just basketball. You kind of get lost in whatever the atmosphere of that particular game is and whatever the challenge is to win that particular game. The only thing you think about is just it's not 82 games and there's no pacing yourself. If you can't go 0-2 and be like, we're good. We've learned the lessons and figure it out from there. Like it's a sprint. It's very March Madness kind of style. So just to be able to lock into every practice, not like we don't do that in the league, but every practice means something. Every exhibition game, like it was great that we went 5-0 and won a lot of different ways and tried to figure it out on the fly. So it's just everything's condensed, and that's the really only pressure you feel is including an exhibition. It's hopefully only 11-game journey, and you got to be able to adapt quickly. You got to be able to bring your egos of who we are as individual players, but also let them go, knowing it doesn't matter who's the man scoring that particular night. When you're on the floor, you're asked to do a certain thing and do it to the best of your ability, play with energy. And as Team USA, if we do that, usually good things happen. So just trying to lock into that and, take advantage of every single day because it's important.
Go up front in the blue blazer and then back to the backwards cap.
Thank you. This is for Steph. It's Bill Roden with ESPN's Anscape. This question, you've got a long-standing friendship with the Vice President. I just thought while you're over here, just some of your thoughts about some of the things that she's been involved with in the last few days.
Yeah, very interesting time for our country for sure, and the fact that President Biden gave that endorsement and Vice President Harris is primed to bring her energy to this campaign and hopefully if she's on the ticket winning the election, like it's a big deal to say the least. And she represents the Bay Area. She's been a big supporter of us, and so I want to give that energy right back to her. And just excited knowing, obviously, we're representing our country here, and this is a very monumental next couple months for our country and the direction that we're headed. So hopefully this is a great way to do our part to continue unifying the country with how we, sports brings a lot of people together. And for her in this moment, knowing what's ahead, like we're just all about positive energy and optimism, knowing how divided our country is right now. So just excited for the journey ahead for her.
Backwards cap. Yep, you've got a mic already.
Hello, guys. Welcome in Paris. Just here. I'm Xavier Montferrand from the French Public Radio. Just the first week in Lille. What's your first impressions about the city, the stadium in Lille? Is it okay for you to stay in Lille? Because for you it's like just 2 points in LA, different points in LA, but for us, Lille is not Paris. And just a little word, you talk about Victor Wembanyama, and do you think Team France is a contender for the medal? Thank you.
Everybody's a contender. Everybody that's amongst the 12 teams here are here for a reason and believe that they can win. So we did a small detour in Lille yesterday and practiced at the arena. We'll play the first 3 games. I think the energy was solid and didn't see much of the city because we came from London to Lille straight to here, and we'll obviously go back before the game on Sunday. But hopefully we will have a lot of success there and enjoy the energy up there for sure, and maybe learn a little bit about it as we go through the process. Right now, I don't know much.
Okay, we'll go 2 rows ahead with his hand raised here in front of you. Go ahead.
What chills?
Three-point line is different, but what about the defenses that they throw at you and the way they're interpreted, and how you deal with that on a day-to-day basis and that adjustment that you've made?
we've been in the league for a long time, and we've seen every defense that's been created, I think, in this game. So it's all about just adapting to, what the game, how the game presents itself to you, And I think that's why we're here, because we have IQ for the game. We understand what it takes, and as versatile players, you can just lean on that to help you out throughout anything that's thrown at you. So I'm excited to see, how these teams play us, and excited to see how we respond.
Shout out. Chelsea's that's our girl.
Yeah,
she helped us out a lot while she was with the Warriors. So I hope she's doing well. I haven't talked to her in a minute. I hope she's doing well. Say what?
Yeah, true.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone knows everyone in basketball too. We'll go up front here.
Opening ceremony. If something's happening there, have you, as a team, talked about that? Do you know how to swim, for example? And if, yeah.
You're like a flight attendant giving you the exits over here in case you need it. Go down nobody's thinking about that. I do know how to swim, but everything's gonna go smooth. Yeah. Everything's gonna go smooth.
But you are on a boat, like you can't run anywhere.
Say what?
You are on a boat. You can't run anywhere. If something, yeah, you know what I mean.
You writing a story on that?
How about to say?
I don't know. Depends on your answers.
We all about positivity over here. We're gonna get on that boat, enjoy it, and we're gonna get right off. Yeah, be perfect.
And I have one last question. How is it to be one of the biggest stars in the Olympics?
I don't know if we feel that way. It's like I get we're not staying in Olympic Village, and there's obviously a reason for that. But it just, I don't know, Kate, you probably speak on it better. But when you get in, I'm assuming when you get around the other athletes, it's like we're all representing our country, and the NBA stuff is a part of who we are. But it's not, doesn't make us any different, than the next guy or girl to our left or our right. We all got the same colors, the same outfits, same letters across your chest. So I look forward to that bonding experience for sure, and kind of leaning into that energy, because it kind of keeps you grounded on why you're here, and just the opportunity to win a gold medal and the memories that we'll create doing that. So I don't think we approach it any different.
We'll go here, and we have about 4 minutes left.
Hi, Nick Simon from the Daily Mail. Were you guys given the choice to stay in the Olympic Village? And even though you're not there, have you had a chance to go in and sort of test out the beds? Because presumably it would be snug for guys like you.
I don't think we had a choice. I think it was always, since I've been playing here, we always stayed in a hotel. But like I said, we visited the village before, hung out there for a few hours, and but I haven't gotten any beds since I've been doing this whole thing. But yeah, it should be fun. I think we're going over there right before the ceremonies for a few hours, so we get to walk around and blend in and enjoy ourselves before the games start.
And just in terms of traveling over from London, you guys got the train, right? Was that a new experience for you guys, the Eurostar from St. Pancras?
I've been on it before. The only thing different, I was watching YouTube videos on how the tunnel was built. I was learning a little bit about the engineering behind it, so that was cool to kind of understand the history of it. In 1988, when it was completed, and I saw the video where the tubes connected for the first time and they passed the flag through the hole and stuff like that. It was pretty dope. So a little history lesson for me.
Okay, we'll go back. Here, the woman with her hand raised.
I've given him plenty of messages. He's signed with Curry Brand now, so he's part of the family. But yeah, he's representing the Curry Brand family. I'm excited to. I've known him or met him almost probably 6-7 years ago. Followed his career, and excited to see where it goes from here. Hopefully, he gets a chance in the league too.
Okay, we'll go here with the white shirt and glasses, and then wrap up with Joe. And my apologies if we didn't get to everybody, but hopefully you
Is that even possible in this room?
learned a lot. Thank you all for coming out. This is a great showing. We appreciate it.
Hi, Steph. Hi, KD. Seppe Casus, Nieuwsblad. Short question. Outside of Team US, who do you think will be the biggest star this basketball tournament?
The biggest
star?
Star?
Yeah.
What, individual player?
Yes.
Giannis? Giannis, maybe? Jokic?
You got some options.
Yeah. Our game is global now, man. So all these guys are huge stars in their own ways, you know.
Did you see that thing where they said the Dream Team played against 9 NBA players, and like 60 something?
Yeah, we're playing against 65, 64 NBA players now, and you know, so they're all the best of the best in the world, you know. So,
Who are you looking forward to the most to play against?
Whoever's in the gold medal game.
Nice.
Great answer.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
There were some comments published recently by Joel, and he was talking at large about the advanced ages of some of the guys on the team, and he singled out LeBron. But he said that I think people get fooled by the names on paper, and these comments made a splash. Have those comments been addressed at all, or talked about, or joked about? And then on a serious note, if they've only been joked about, what do you make of what he said? And being older players in this tournament, does that add like something for you guys to prove, or something along those lines?
What was the context of?
It was a wide-ranging interview.
Yeah, I've seen that. Man,
my first thing is there's too many podcasts out now.
Fact. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, we're all different as we get older, and you know. But the thing about greatness is that you adjust and find ways to continue to be effective, and that's what LeBron has done at that age. You know, he's not running and jumping the same way as he was when he was 25, 26 years old, but he's still jumping pretty high, you know, and running pretty fast, you know. So I think of course we're older players and we got mileages on our body, but we figure out ways to be effective, just as Joe has, as he's gone through injuries and going through his trials throughout the league as well, his obstacles throughout the league as well. You adjust and adapt. That's what makes you a great player. And you get up every day trying to figure out ways to affect the game and your teammates. So we didn't talk about these comments or bring them up. You know, it's like Steph says, a podcast out every hour. You know, you can't dress and talk about everything that's being said about you. So you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. We rely on our younger teammates too.
Exactly.
It's a five-man team, so we got to put it all together.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Appreciate it. Great to see you too, Ron. What's up, man? Great to see you, huh? I hope so. What up, man? Simone.
Renee.
Oh my God, why am I? The hurdles.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, the 400 hurdles. Sydney McLaughlin, yeah. Them two. Thank you, Colin.
Thank you. All right, let's just.
Det amerikanske basketballaget har nettopp hatt pressekonferanse, og journalister fra hele verden har hatt